cleanse, you want to make sure your water is still nice and warm. If you feel this, it's warm, but not warm enough. So that's why we have our handy little thing. So in your room, you could just put a little bit more in, or I love these because it stays so nice and hot, and you can just get a little bit more. We're going to further prepare the skin for a deeper cleanse. So we open very simply. This whole thing is so easy. You don't want to be doing this. Some therapists I notice want to always touch. No. Okay. Done. And nice and warm lavender. So that's a good temperature. Squeeze these out. It's why we don't want to use this thick towel, because to squeeze out a towel like that, you could do it, but I couldn't do it probably very easily. Open over the shoulder on a diagonal. If there's extra, you can fold it up. Nicely meet, connect. Face. Again, you open it, set it down on the chin, drape over the jaw, fold up to the forehead, then you would just take a breath or two, really let the heat absorb into the skin, the moisture. I'm working a little bit quick. I would have given it like 5-10 more seconds. Get this warm a second time. So we do one on the décolleté and then 2 in a row on the face, because the face generally is where our focus is. Some people will turn very pink from the heat of the water, and that's okay, because our point with cleansing is to stimulate the skin, right? The more circulation you'll have, the more oxygen in the skin, metabolic waste will be letting go of. Good.
Normal.
It's normal, yes. We'll calm the skin down later. So 1 on the décolleté, 2 in a row on the face. Then your décolleté one is going to go into some cool water, or you can just leave it out in the air and it will cool down if you don't have room for 2 bowls. And the face goes back into the warm. You take your cleansing cream, and we're going to squeeze out about 1/2 inch or so of the almond cleansing cream. Again, this is a paste. There's a little bit of ground almond, there's almond oil, there's antillis in here. I'm going to get my fingertips wet and move it around. The first time, again, I'm just getting the product off my hands and onto her skin. Now we are going to include the décolleté. For the makeup removal, most people don't have makeup on the décolleté, so we just do the face. But now we're going to do face, neck, and décolleté. And we begin that press and roll. Press and roll. So forehead, press and roll. Working your way always from the top of the face, down the neck and décolleté. And you need water with this product because you want this little ideally. For the nose, I like to use one finger so you can really get in the corner. Everybody thinks their nose is so clogged, even if it isn't. And then you can go back to using your full fingers. And you really want to try to use the whole finger. hear that? She can hear it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for very sensitive skin, because remember, you can use these on all skin types, maybe you go down 3-4 times for sensitive skin. For more normal skin, you want to spend some time. This is a really wonderful cleanser. So you go 5 or 6 times down the skin, just working your way down. Often I'll do the edge of the face, and then the next time I'll go down the center of the face, but you're always working the same. Get it? Sometimes I feel like I say the same thing too many times, so say
Nobody's
stop.
a good way to learn. We need to.
And this product also sometimes can bring up hypercirculation in the skin, especially you know, in the cheeks. When I use it, I get very red, but then 5 minutes later, it goes away.
You
So-
don't need to rub or anything, and
No rubbing, no scrubbing. Nope, it's press and roll because it's about deep cleansing. It's not about exfoliation. Exfoliation isn't cleansing. Exfoliation is just removing dead skin, which, I mean, some people might say that's cleansing, but this cleansing is about stimulating the oils to come up and out of the skin to try to get that deeper action of what the skin normally does. Then you take your water. Sometimes it gets cool, so sometimes you add a little bit more warm. And we're going to start first actually removing from the face. So we place the compress down, but because this is a removal, we don't do the breath points. Just put it on, pause, and then sweep across. This is where a slightly larger compress is nice. You can see the product. Find a clean place, sweep down, sweep across, cross. So again, I'm just working my way down the face. When I get to the neck, I like to do one side of the neck, move right into the décolleté, do all one side of the décolleté and shoulders, flip this over, find a clean spot, do the other side. And then rinse. So usually I always have to do 2 or 3 removal compresses because you can see there's still some of the almond meal on the skin. And you do want to try to really get it all off because it does feel a little grainy. This is a little hard. I can't reach her whole forehead, so I'm just going to come around. If the compress was a little bit longer, I could do nice symmetrical movements on the forehead. You don't want to use too much pressure though, because it can be a little rough on the skin. So a light pressure, because you are wanting to obviously pick up the product. Down on the décolleté and the neck, you can use a little more pressure because the skin isn't quite as delicate there. So basically doing as many compresses to remove as you need, 2 to 3, usually does the trick. And sometimes I'll just touch just to make sure. There still feels like there's a little bit there. After we do the removal compresses, we're going to do one cool compress. Some people say, why, if you're cleansing the skin, you're doing extractions, why do you use cold? Any ideas why we might use a cold compress?
Stimulate.
Is the balancing?
Say that again?
Is the balancing?
Balancing.
¿Cómo se dice cuando hacemos frío y caliente? Lo que hacemos en piedras, cuando pones el caliente y frío.
Yeah.
Ajá, vasodilatación,
Yep.
la vasoconstrucción.
Yep. Constricting,
Yes.
exactly, of the blood. So that flushing action happens because we've used heat to dilate and then the cold to contract. So it's toning, it's a little exercise for the skin. So the cool, again, begin on the face. It's a little bit quicker, so just a little quick, neat, connect, release on the face. Open, and then just slide it down onto her neck, and a little impulse on the side of the neck, and remove. We have lots of lymph glands here. So the cool is a little bit quicker on the neck and the face. And that can just go to the side. If you notice goosebumps, you can cover her up, but we do want to tone everywhere that we've used the cleansing cream. So again, we have 2 toners, facial toner for all skins, clarifying toner better for your oily, acneic combination skin. Which would Gabby use?
That's regular for everyone.
Yeah, facial toner. But we can pass this around. Feel free to just spritz a little right on your face. We don't spritz it on her. We're going to do 3 or so pumps. And then we're going to press and roll. So just like we use the cleansing cream, we're going to press and roll the toner.
And it's in the
Yep, in the hand. Yep. 3 pumps, press and roll. Again, beginning at the forehead, working our way down to work with the movement, the natural movement of the lymph fluid. You turn your steam machine on, probably before, if it takes a few minutes to warm up. Cover the shoulders. Then we're going to protect the eye and the lip area. I'm just going to do it in the air because one of you is going to work on Gabby again. So the eye, the daily hydrating eye cream, it's in a tube. So you squeeze out just like the size of a grain of rice, just a little bit. And then just protect the lower eyes from the steam. So you're just going to press again, press and roll some eye cream. Then this is our lip balm. And you can use a little, if you have a Q-tip or a little wand, you just take out again about the size of a grain of rice. Put it on your finger. And you can press and roll it on the lips. Or if you have a Q-tip, you can use a Q-tip and just use the Q-tip on her lips.
Is that before of the steam?
Yeah. So you want to protect before the steam. So tone.
What do you mean
eye.
protect the...
Yeah, so the skin around the eye is more delicate. So you want to protect it from the heat of the steam. So we're going to just protect that bone area.
So applying that product, it protects from the heat.
The
from
damage
the heat.
of the heat.
And also after the steam and the extractions, we're going to be doing a clay mask. And so the eye cream will also create a barrier so the clay doesn't get too close to the eyes. And pretty much everybody needs lip balm. So, you know, the lips are different, the skin is very different. There's no oil glands in the lip skin. So you can do a little lip balm on the lips. Steam for a few seconds, and then extractions. If you did a lot of extractions, I would recommend using the clarifying toner, wherever it is. Again, in your hands, tone a second time after extractions. The herbal extracts in the clarifying toner are very antibacterial. So after any extractions, then you would mix up the clay, which we'll demonstrate maybe later, and apply the clay, and that would be the end of the cleansing portion.
The clay you will apply